Can you please just hear me out?
No, all work management platforms are the same.
Monday.com is the one you'll actually love to use. It lets you set up your workflows yourself. No admin, no long approval process. You're in charge.
I don't have time to set up workflows.
Monday also has a ton of templates you can choose from, so you can be up and running in no time.
Sounds too good to be true.
You know that llamas are biologically incapable of lying.
You know what? I'm ready to fall in love again. Thanks, Talking Llama.
Monday.com, the first work platform you'll love to use.
One day, I will create a website where I will sell my handmade
Work is a pain in the apps. My files are in this app. My chat's in this app. Projects in that app. Oh!
Wow. You're really working your apps off, Daniel. You need ClickUp. ClickUp is the AI-powered work platform that unifies your entire team and all your tools together in one place. No, not like that. No. It's a single
convert and enhance videos and batches easily. That's what the new version
While you're watching this Monday.com ad, Emma clicked the star and Monday Sidekick just planned her entire campaign, scheduled every milestone, and briefed the team. Bring those leads in, Emma. Monday Sidekick, AI you'll love to use. Start a free trial today at Monday.com.
Kami ni
Morning, everyone. Welcome to our video conference for today's activity of the year. And to start, may we all rise for our opening prayer.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us here today for this pre-bidding conference. We acknowledge your guidance and wisdom in every step of our work, especially as we discuss and evaluate matters concerning our civil works projects. Grant us clarity of mind, integrity, and fairness in our deliberations.
May every word we speak and every decision we make reflect honesty, transparency, and a genuine desire to serve the public good.
Bless all participants, the members of the Bids and Awards Committee, the technical working groups, the secretariats, and our prospective bidders. May this conference be conducted in an orderly, productive, and meaningful manner, leading to successful projects that benefit our communities. We entrust this meeting to you, Lord. Guide us in upholding righteousness and accountability in all that we do. All these we ask in your mighty name. Amen.
Once again, by authority of our bank sheriff, who is an official business attending equally important meeting, I am presiding and conducting this meeting. For our attendance, may I request Leah for our roll call?
For the attendance, kindly say present when your name is called. Josephine Cacho.
Present.
Grace Elena Balan. Maria Pemano.
Present.
Emilio Naray. Alma Maria Pandan. Gilbert Sabandan. Maria Leia Axel present. Rolene May Duloy present. John Kevin Balyaro. Virgo Armachelo.
Present.
John Mark Lagrojas. Amil Dalan. Charmaine Uwe present. Maria Rizal Dolorica present. Michelin Sobilon present. Juby Rico present. Usel Smiley Baristoy. Jason Pidino present. And Earl Kalim present. For this pre-bidding conference, we have a total of 19 attendees with one representative from the contractor, our interested bidder from and Design and Construction Services, 2 representatives from the Planning and Design sections, 5 secretariats, 6 technical working group, and 4 out of 5 members of the bidding and awards committee are present. Up to the block president.
Thank you, Leah. Once again, welcome to our pre-bidding conference for 4 civil works projects. Namely, Contract ID 26HA004, construction completion of multipurpose building, covered court, Barangay Rizal, Catigbian, Bohol. 26HA0005, construction completion of multipurpose building, covered court, Barangay Rosario, Cortes, Bohol. 26HA0006, construction completion of multipurpose building, covered court, Barangay Jandig, Maribojoc, Bohol. And the 4th is 26HA0007, construction completion of multipurpose building, open close parenthesis, fire station, Tagbilaran City, Bohol. For our agenda, we will have brief presentation and explanation of the following: basic contract data, requirements of bidding documents, criteria and procedure of eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award, and documents to be submitted by the bidders. For the brief presentation and explanation of basic contract data, contract description, ABC, and duration, this will be done by the Planning and Design Section representative. For the first project, 26HA0004, construction completion of multipurpose building, covered court, Barangay Rizal, Catigbian, Bohol, with an approved budget for the contract of 1,918,000 with duration of 60 calendar days. For the details, we'll turn over the time to Engineer Jason Divino for the discussion. Jason?
construction completion of multi-purpose building, fire station, Tagbilaran City, Bohol. Sorry. Construction completion of multi-purpose building, covered court, Barangay Rizal, Catigbian, Bohol. The project has a contract duration of 60 days. The items involved in the project, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, 2 months, operation and maintenance of field office for the engineers, 2 months, other general requirements, we have project billboard, signboard, 2 each, occupational safety and health, 1, mobilization, demobilization, 1, earthworks, we have structure excavation, soft rock, 11 cubic meters, embankment from roadway or structure excavation, soft rock, 7.5 cubic meters, gravel fill, 0.3 cubic meter. Reinforced concrete works, structural concrete, 3000 psi, class A, 28 days, 4.8 cubic meters. Reinforcing steel deformed, grade 40, 436.5 kilogram. Reinforcing steel deformed, grade 60, 565.9 kilograms. Then formworks and falseworks. We have miscellaneous hardwares, metal structures and accessories. 1, metal structure accessories turnbuckles, 24 each. Metal structure accessories cross bracing, 236.9 kilograms. Metal structure accessories steel plates, 1076.6 kilograms. Structural steel, 1 lump sum. And structural steel trusses, 5,340.5 kilograms. Structural steel purlins, 1,243.3 kilograms. The next is roofing works. We have pre-painted metal sheets about 0.427 mm, corrugated, long span, 285 square meters. And last is the painting works. Painting works, steel, 458.9 square meters.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Divino. For the next contract, we have 26HA0005 for the construction, completion of multipurpose building, open close parenthesis, covered court, Barangay Rosario, Cortes, Bohol, with an approved budget for the contract of 3,960,000 and a duration of 120 calendar days. Details of this project will still be discussed by Engineer Divino.
For the next project, construction completion of multi-purpose building, covered court, Barangay Rosario, Cortes, Bohol. The project has a contract duration of 120 days. And ABC amount of 3,060,000. We have Part A, facilities for the engineers. Provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis 4 months. Operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer 4 months. For other general requirements, we have permits and clearances, project billboard and signboard 2, occupational safety and health 1, mobilization, demobilization 1 lump sum. For the earthworks, we have structure excavation, hard rock, 75.5 cubic meters. Embankment from roadway or structure excavation, hard rock, 36.73 cubic meters. Gravel fill, 5 cubic meters. For Part D, reinforced concrete works, we have structural concrete, 3,000 psi, plus A, with 8 days, 23.7 cubic meters. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40, 3,496.8 kilograms. Formworks and false works, 161.8 square meters. For miscellaneous hardwares, we have metal structure accessories, 1 lump sum. Metal structure accessories turnbuckle, 48 each. Then metal structure accessories cross bracing, 577.9 kilograms. Then metal structure accessories, steel plates, 1,624.5 kilograms. Structural steel, 1 lump sum. Structural steel trusses, 8,717.1 kilograms. Structural steel purlins, 1,756.4 kilograms. For roofing works, fabricated metal roofing accessory, gauge 26, 0.551 mm, flashings, 74.6 lineal meters. Pre-painted metal sheets, about 0.425 mm, corrugated, long span, 377.4 square meters. For painting works, we have painting works for steel, 920.3 square meters.
Thank you, Jason. We will now proceed to the third contract ID number 26HA0006 for the construction completion of multipurpose building, open close parenthesis, covered court, Barangay Jandig, Maribojoc, Bohol, with an approved budget for the contract amounting to 3,960,000 and a duration of 120 calendar days. To discuss the details of this project, we again request engineer to convene.
For the third project, construction completion of multipurpose building, covered court, Barangay Jandig, Maribojoc, Bohol. The project has a duration of 120 days and an ABC amount of 3,960,000. The items involved in the project: Part A, facilities for the engineers. Provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis 4 months. Operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer 4 months. Other general requirements, we have permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. Project billboard, signboard, 2 each. Occupational safety and health, 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, 1. For earthworks, structure excavation, hard rock, 57 cubic meters. Embankment from roadway or structure excavation, hard rock, 28 cubic meters. Gravel fill, 4.1 cubic meters. For reinforced concrete works, structural concrete, 3,000 PSI, Class A, 28 days, 21.1 cubic meters. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40, 3,140.6 kilograms. Formworks and false works, 146.7 square meters. For miscellaneous hardwares, metal structure accessories, 1. Lump sum. Metal structure accessories, turnbuckle, 48 each. Metal structure accessories, cross bracing, 559 kilograms. Metal structure accessories, steel plates, 1,661.8 kilograms. Structural steel, 1. Lump sum. Structural steel trusses, 9,480 kilograms. Structural steel purlins, 1,867.2 kilograms. Roofing works, fabricated metal roofing accessories, gauge 26, 0.551 mm, flashing, 54.6 lineal meters. Pre-painted metal sheets, above 0.427 mm, corrugated, long span, 386.9 square meter. And lastly, painting works. We have painting works, steel, 977 square meter.
Okay, thank you, Jason. We will proceed with the last but not the least contract ID number 26HA0007 for the construction completion of multipurpose building, open close parenthesis, fire station, Tagbilaran City, Bohol, with an approved budget for the contract of 1,980,000 and a duration of 120 calendar days. To discuss the details for this project, we again call on Engineer DPWH.
Okay, for the project, construction completion of multi-purpose building, fire station, Tagbilaran City, Bohol. The project has a duration of 120 days. And an ABC of 1,980,000. Here are the items involved in the project. Facilities for the engineers, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, 4 months. Operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer, 4 months. Other general requirements, permits and clearances, 1. Lump sum. Project billboard, signboard, 2 each. Occupational safety and health, 1. Lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, 1. Then earthworks, structure excavation, hard rock, 8.1 cubic meters. Embankment from roadway or structure excavation, hard rock, 3.7 cubic meters. Gravel fill, 0.4 cubic meter. Then we have reinforced concrete works, structural concrete, 3,000 PSI, plus A, 28 days, 4.3 cubic meters. Structural concrete, 4,000 PSI, plus A, 28 days, 16.2 cubic meters. Lean concrete, 0.3 cubic meter. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40, 2,640 kilograms. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 60, 2,083.5 kilograms. And formworks and false works, 137.8 square meter. Carpentry and joinery, we have wall, 6 mm. Metal frame, fiber cement board, 21 square meters. Finishing works, waterproofing, liquid, 18 square meters. Miscellaneous hardwares, we have metal structure accessories, 1. Lump sum. Metal structure accessories, steel plates, 678.1 kilograms. Structural steel, 1. Lump sum. Then railing, 1. Lump sum. Electrical works, conduits, boxes and fittings. Conduit works, conduit roughing in, 1. Wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. Lighting fixtures, 1 lump sum. For painting works, we have painting works, masonry or concrete, 161.1 square meters. Painting works, steel, 176.3 square meters.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Do we have any questions and comments from the prospective bidders and block members present here in this room?
Wala ba yung comment sa meeting price or price escalation increase?
As of today, we haven't received any instruction that will prevent us from receiving the bidding. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. Okay, we will proceed with our next agenda, which is the requirements of bidding documents for civil works. First will be the review of requirements for bidding documents. The contractor shall use the prescribed standard forms posted at the PhilJobs and DPWH website and issued in the bid documents. The bidders are encouraged to have their bid documents neatly bound, paginated, properly sequenced, and provided with simple ear tags to facilitate examination of bids. Each bidder shall submit one original of the technical proposal and one original of the financial proposal and clearly mark each as original technical proposal and original financial proposal. And in addition, the bidder shall submit one copy of the technical proposal and the financial proposal and clearly mark them copy number 1 technical proposal and copy number 1 financial proposal. Bidders shall enclose their technical documents in one sealed envelope marked technical component and the financial component in another sealed envelope marked financial component, sealing them all in one outer envelope marked bid. In the event of any discrepancy between the original and the copies of the original shall prevail. The bid shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representatives. All envelopes shall, letter A, contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters. Letter B, bear the name and address of the bidder in capital letters. Letter C, be addressed to the procuring entity's bid and awards committee. Letter D, bear the specific identification of this bidding process, and letter E, bear a warning, do not open before the date and time of the opening of bids. Any questions or comments from the prospective bidders and BAC members related to the discussed requirement? Hearing none, we will proceed to the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, and post-qualification and award. Explanation of the criteria for eligibility screening. Letter to be eligible of the contract, a contractor must meet the following eligibility requirements. Letter A, Filipino citizen, sole proprietorships, cooperatives, and partnership or organizations with at least 60% interests or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines. Letter B, net financial contracting capacity or NFCC at least equal to the ABC. And letter C, single largest completed contract, SLCC, completion of similar contract costing at least 50% of the ABC within 5 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids. Letter D, registered and with and classified by the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board, PCAB, with PCAB license category depending on the approved budget for the contract ABC. So for contract ID 26HA0004 with an ABC of 1,980,000, required license category is small p. Contract ID 26HA0005 with an ABC of 3,960,000, required license category is still small p. And for contract ID number 26HA0006 with an ABC of 3,960,000, required license category is small p. For 26HA0007 with an ABC of 1,980,000, required license category is still small b. Contractors under small a and small b categories without similar experience on the contract to be bid may be allowed to bid if the cost of such contract is not more than the allowable range of contract cost, open close parenthesis, ARCC, for their registration based on the guidelines as prescribed by the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board and or PCAB. Eligibility screening will be conducted electronically in the district office by the BAC with the assistance of the technical working group using Civil Works Application or CWA. Explanation of the criteria for examination of bids. The DPWH will use non-discretionary pass-fail criteria in the preliminary examination of bids and detailed evaluation of bids and post-qualification process. If the Bid and Awards Committee, or BAC, determines that the bidder with the LCB passes all criteria for post-qualification, it shall declare the said bid as the lowest calculated responsive bid, or LCRB, and shall recommend to the award of the contract to the said bidder. Explanation of criteria for awarding of contracts. The award criterion for all projects will be lowest calculated responsive bid. The bidder with the lowest calculated responsive bid will be required to submit to the procuring entity within 10 calendar days from his receipt of the notice of award the following documents. Letter A, authority of signing official or board resolution with secretary certificate. Letter B, performance security. 3, construction methods. D, construction schedule in the form of per CPM diagram or precedence diagram and bar chart with S-curve and cash flow. Letter E, manpower schedule. Letter F, equipment utilization schedule. Letter D, contractors all risk insurance. Letter H, latest income tax and business returns. Letter I, for local contractors, certification under oath stating that the contractor is free and clean of all tax liabilities. Letter J, submission of the construction safety and health program shall be in accordance with Department Order number 241 series of 2024. Reminder on the relevant department issuances. Department Order number 241 series of 2024, which is the guidelines on the processing, approval, and reporting system of Construction Safety and Health Program, CSHP, for DPWH infrastructure projects. The contractor shall submit the CSHP not later than 3 calendar days from the issuance of NOAA to give time for its evaluation and approval. The head of the implementing office, upon the recommendation of the CSHP focal person, shall approve the CSHP not later than 7 calendar days from the issuance of the NOAA to the contractor. The DPWH approves the SHP is a requirement for the processing and approval of the contract agreement. Moreover, No claims by the contractor, open close parenthesis, advance payment and or first progress billing, close parenthesis, shall be processed and paid without the submission of the DPWH approved CHP. The DPWH will only approve the SHPs through a form prescribed by the DOLE if found in order. The DPWH project shall not be implemented without the approved construction safety and health program by the head of the DPWH implementing office. In the case of the failure, refusal, or inability of the bidder with the lowest calculated responsive bid to submit the required documents within the prescribed period through its own fault, the BAC will be constrained to post-disqualify the said bidder and shall initiate and complete the post-qualification process on the bidding with the second lowest calculated bid. Is there any question, comments from the prospective bidders and BAC members relative to the DEO 241 or the CSHP? Hearing none, we will now proceed with the documents to be submitted by the bidder and reminders on the submission of bids. For the technical proposal, the technical proposal shall contain but not limited to the following: valid and updated PhilJEP certificate of registration, open close parenthesis, platinum membership. The PhilJEP certificate of platinum registration and membership must be updated with the current Class A eligibility documents covered under Section 20.1.9.1 of the IRR of RA 12009. Failure to comply results in the automatic suspension of its validity. Moreover, the submission of updated Class A documents, open close parenthesis, registration certificate, mayor's and or business permit, tax clearance, pickup license, and audited financial statements as part of the bid is no longer acceptable. Technical proposal. The technical proposal shall contain but not limited to the following: pickup license and registry in case of joint venture, statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Statements of the bidder's SLCC similar to the procurement project. The SLCC shall be supported by an owner's certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor, or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the contractor's performance evaluation system, open close parenthesis, CPEX, or a similar performance and monitoring system. In case of contracts with the private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. The bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, with his audited financial statement duly stamped received by the BIR or its authorized institutions, or electronic submissions, the e-submissions with BIR confirmation receipts are accepted. Joint venture agreement if applicable. Bid security in the form, amount, and validity period. The bidder may submit a bid securing declaration or any form of bid security in the amount equal to a percentage of the approved budget for the contract in accordance with the following amount. Acceptable forms of bid security. Form for cash or cashier's manager's check issued by a bank, a minimum of 2% of ABC. For bank draft or guarantee or a revocable letter of credit issued by a bank, provided however that it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a bank if issued by a foreign bank, the minimum amount is 5% of the ABC. For surety bond callable on demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, the minimum amount is 5% of the ABC. Project requirements. The organizational chart for the contract and not firm's organizational chart. The organizational chart shall reflect the key personnel assigned to the contract. List of contractors' key personnel, open parenthesis, project manager, project engineer, materials engineer, safety officer, foreman, and first aider. Close parenthesis, to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. Also to be attached are the letter of nominee, certificate of employment, and biodata for each pledged key personnel. General requirements for all key personnel. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. For project manager, minimum year of experience is 3. Minimum years of total work experience is 5. For project engineer, minimum year of similar experience is 3. Minimum year of total work experience is still 5. For materials engineer, the minimum year of similar experience is 3, and the minimum year of total work experience is 5. For foreman, the minimum year of experience is 3, minimum years for total work experience 5. For safety officer, the minimum year of similar experience is 3, and the minimum year of total work experience is 5. For first aider, the minimum year of experience is 2, and the minimum years of total work experience is also 2. General requirements for all key personnel. We now come to the experience means total years of civil works experience of any nature in construction and engineering works and or consultancy services. This includes tax identification number of all key personnel in their biodata. Additional requirements for project engineers. Attach a photo of current and valid PRC license. Attach also a proof of DPWH accreditation as project engineer, and include in the contract number of the PE in the biodata. General requirements still. Additional requirements for the materials engineer is to attach the DPWH accreditation certificate as materials engineer. Also, a photocopy of the current and valid PRC license, to include the contract number of the ME in the biodata. Additional requirement for safety officer is a photocopy of the certificate of training and or completion of construction and safety health course for the site safety engineers. Additional requirements for the first aider is a photocopy of the certificate of training issued by Red Cross. Reminder for the relevant Department Order Number 9 Series of 2012, wherein it states among others that Item 6, if a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract. And second, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office. Item 7, the bidder may propose a key technical personnel who is not its employee, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if it is awarded the contract under bidding. The certification under Item 6 for Item 7 shall be included in the first envelope of the sealed bid. Reminder for DO number 227 series of 2024, which is the suspension of Department Order number 148 series of 2024. In order to address the foreseen delay in the implementation of the new infrastructure projects due to the unavailability of DPWH accredited project engineers who are currently assigned to contractors and consultants to ongoing projects, the implementation of the Department Order number 148 series of 2024, guidelines in the accreditation and assignment of contractors and consultants, project engineers, is hereby suspended until further notice. This directive to suspend the application of DEO 148 series of 2024 shall not apply to the implementation and construction of buildings and bridges. Thus, for the construction of buildings and bridges, accredited project engineers shall be assigned by contractors and/or consultants. For the technical proposal, for the project requirements, we have item number 3, list of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certificates of availability using the prescribed format, which are owned, leased, and/or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership and certification of availability of equipments from the equipment lessor and/or vendor for the duration of the project, and certifications from the vendors that the equipment units under purchase agreement shall be available for this contract. The contractor should also have a point of reference for his equipment to indicate the location for verification. The contractor shall include his laboratory equipment to be pledged to the contract. The list of laboratory apparatus and equipment should be enumerated in detail. Project requirements, number 4, omnibus sworn statement in the prescribed form. Number 5, ISO 9001:2015 certification for contractors with pickup size range of medium A and above. Number 6, as per a numbered memorandum dated February 24, 2026, 6, sworn statement of eligibility and beneficial ownership shall no longer be required. In lieu thereof, the bidder shall submit his latest general information sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly filed with stamp received by the Securities and Exchange Commission applicable to entities classified under Section 82 of the IRR 12009 such as corporations, partnerships, private sector organizations, foundations, and associations. For the financial proposal, the financial proposal shall contain but not limited to the following: duly signed bid form, bid prices in the bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of labor rates, unit prices and equipment rates, and cash flow by quarter or month. Reminder on DO number 30 series of 2025, which is the guidelines in the preparation of program of works and approved budget for the contract to be used by the contractors in the preparation of their unit prices. The following items shall not be subject to OCM and profit markup. First is mobilization and demobilization. Next is provision of service vehicle and permits and clearances. The following also non-civil work items shall not be subjected to OCM markup, which are the field laboratory office and living quarters rental basis, furnished of furniture, laboratory equipment, survey equipment, and consumables, assistance to the engineers, photographs, health and safety, traffic management, environmental compliance, communication equipments, and others. Percentage to be used for OCM and profit markup. For the estimated cost up to 5 million, the indirect cost of the OCM will be 15, profit percentage will be 10, with a total indirect cost for OCM and profit of 25. About 5 million up to 50, OCM 12%, profit 8%, with an indirect cost for OCM and profit of 20%. Above 50 million up to 150 million, OCM percentage is 10, profit is 8, and total indirect cost for OCM and profit of 18%. For above 150 million, our percentage for OCM is 8, with a percentage for profit of 8, and the total indirect cost percentage of OCM and profit 16. Per a numbered memorandum dated July 15, 2025, the VAT component shall be 12%. Shown below are the dates of the availability of the bidding documents that may be acquired by interested bidders and its corresponding applicable fee. Contract ID numbers 26004, 26005, 26006, 26007. The applicable fee are all 5,000 each. The date of the availability of the bidding documents will be from February 28, 2026 to March 24, 2026 until 10 a.m. only. For reminders for the submission of bids, upon payment of the applicable fee for the bidding documents pursuant to latest guidelines issued by the Government Procurement Policy Board, the interested bidder shall get the bidding documents from the Procurement Staff Office, DPWH Bohol, 1st DEO, the O District, Tagbilaran City, Bohol. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically and/or online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to manual submission, the guidelines for the preparation and submission of electronic bid are contained in the bidding documents. Bids shall be submitted by the bidder himself or his authorized liaison officer. As provided in Section 54.1 of the IRR of RA 12009, bidders shall submit their bids through their respective duly authorized representatives. To further clarify, the bidder's representative must be named in the contractor's registration certificate recorded in the DPWH Civil Works application. Otherwise, there must be a duly signed and notarized special power of attorney (SPA) for sole proprietorship or board and/or partnership and/or joint venture resolution with secretary certificate for corporation, partnership, joint venture, and/or cooperative. That is, project specific, presented in hard copy, and a soft copy thereof must also be emailed to the racine.mary_knowling@dpwh.gov.ph using the official email of the bidder registered in the CWA for verification. Failure to send a copy of the documents mentioned above from the official CWA registered email address of the bidder shall result in the bidder not being issued an order of payment nor being allowed to submit and/or draft bid proposals. Bids must be duly received by the Back Secretariat for manual submission or at least electronic bids _Bohol first at dpwh.gov.ph for electronic submission on the schedule on or before 12 noon of March 24, 2026. Late bids shall not be accepted. Bid opening shall be on March 24, 2026, 1:30 p.m. at the MAC Conference Room, DPWH Bohol, 1st DEO, the O District, Tagbilaran City, Bohol, and shall be live streamed to our YouTube channel. Bids will be opened in the presence of the bidders' representatives who choose to attend the opening of bids. Are there any questions, comments from the prospective bidders and BAC members here present and present online? Hearing none, we will proceed to the next item, which is the common reason for bidders' disqualification. During preliminary examination of bids, lacking document requirements, unauthorized documents, and expired legal documents, open close parenthesis, legit certificate, liquor license, mayor's permit, and tax clearance certificates. Also during detailed evaluation of bids as calculated, evaluated amount exceeding the ABC, and incomplete, incorrect pay items of work. During post-qualification process still, the pledge of equipment does not meet the minimum requirements specified in the bidding documents. Another reason is failure to attach proof of ownership or lease agreement or purchase of agreement on pledged equipment. Also, expired accreditation of project engineer or materials engineer. Reminder on Department Order number 28 series of 2024 regarding the 3-strike policy in the procurement of infrastructure, goods, and consulting services contracts, wherein it states among others that the following are classification of offenses that triggers 3-strike policy. First, withdrawal from the bidding process, submission of a non-participation letter, or failure to submit a bid after purchasing the bid documents. Second, submission of late bids without valid reason as determined by the bank. And third, submission of patently insufficient bid. This is in accordance with the 2016 IRR of RA 9184 and has not yet been superseded. Is there any question or comments among the bank members or the bidders, prospective bidders here present and present online? Hearing none, we will proceed with other matters. Emphasis on Section 61.1 of IRR of RA 12009. Members of the BAC, its staff and personnel, Secretariat, and DWG, as well as observers, are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the BAC, through its secretariat, may ask the bidder in writing for clarification of its bid. All responses to requests for clarification shall be in writing. The DPWH Bohol 1st District Engineering Office reserves the right to reject any and all bids declared a failure of bidding or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Section 70 of RA 12009 and its IRR without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. We now come to the summary of proceedings, including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued. Since there is none, for further information and clarification, please refer to Engineer Mary Noelin F. Racinas, Engineer 3, Procurement Head BAC Secretariat, Procurement Staff, DPWH Bohol 1st District Engineering Office, the District Tagbilaran City, Bohol, 6300, and you may contact 038-422 8317 with local 62030 and email address of racines.mary_noelin@dpwh.gov.ph or Engineer Julius Cesar G. Cadao, Engineer 3, Chief Planning and Design Section, Chairman Bids and Awards Committee, DPWH Bohol 1st District Engineering Office, still with same phone number of 038-422-8317 and a local of 62021, email address of cadao.julius_cesar@dpwh.gov.ph. That ends our discussion for the pre-bidding conference for civil works projects that was discussed today, March 10, 2026. So thank you and good morning.